Welcome to the Glow Up Podcast, where personal growth is real, raw, and always worth it. I'm your host, Natasha, and today we're going to be diving into talking about how to literally stop getting angry and being bothered by people for good. Okay, so whether it's family, friends, perfect strangers online, or literally that one friend that's always testing your patience. We're talking mindset shifts, boundaries, and tools that will help you, emotional tools that will literally help you rise above the noise. So let's get further into it. I want you to understand that you and only you hold the power of how you choose to respond. Literally. Okay. And this is, I want you to understand also that this is not about suppressing your feelings. I'm not asking you to suppress your feelings, okay? It is about understanding that your feelings and emotions are yours to protect. You must protect your feelings and your emotions. There's not one person on the face of this earth that's literally going to protect your feelings and your emotions for you if you choose not to do it. And that's the truth. So you need to master the art of protecting your emotions. Once you learn to master the art of protecting your peace and your emotions, you're on the road for success. The one thing that you have absolute control over in any situation is your response. Let's be fair. Things are happening around us that we do not want to happen every single day, but the only thing that you can control is your response, whether you're going to respond or you're not, okay? You may feel disrespected, you may feel threatened, you may feel inconvenienced. Sometimes it's going to even be out of spite, right? Response be out of choice and not out of instinct. Okay, so when you respond to a situation out of choice, it means that you're now responding from a place of calm and just grace, instead, as opposed to just responding like someone said, oh, I don't like your hairstyle, and you're just literally like, oh, whatever, well, I don't like yours, and blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter as long as you love it. So you've taken some time, and the only way for you to respond with grace and calm is if you have taken the time to just breathe and just like process it over. You got to learn to be okay, say less. Okay, you don't like my hairstyle? Okay, so what? See you later, bye. When you choose to respond positively, you retain your power of being calm. This is a skill, and I want you to understand that this is a skill and it takes practice. So the next time someone says something to you, or a situation arises that you want to or a situation come about and you don't know how to respond, what I want you to do is just take a minute, take 30 seconds. You know, when I was a little girl in grade school, they used to say count from 10 backwards. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And I guarantee you that by the time you get to 1, you're going to make a better choice. And of course, I did not live that. I only heard that, and I only did that in a moment in my life. I just always felt like I needed to say something. I always felt like I had to have a response. But it took me a while to really realize that, is it really worth it? It doesn't matter. I don't need the last say. You can have the last say, okay? So what? So when you choose to respond positively, you need to understand this, that the situation loses control, and you're taking your power. Okay, if you choose to respond in a negative way, the situation is going to control you. It's going to take you over. It's going to consume you. But if you choose to respond positively, the situation loses its power over you, sweetie. I'm sorry. No one can truly make you feel anything. And that's the truth. Because you feel what you allow yourself to feel. It's all in the mind. It's all in the head. Feel what you choose to think can happen, and then you're like, okay, that did hurt my feelings, but how am I going to respond? How am I going to allow this thing to make me feel? Am I going to keep dwelling into it? Am I going to wake up every single day and talk about the thing that my husband did yesterday, the thing my wife did yesterday, the thing that that person did to me yesterday? No. We're not going to try to create boundaries and protect our peace in real life. We are going to try to say less, step back, and let go. So in the heat of the moment, something happened, we have to practice saying less. So remind yourself, okay, that just happened, but I'm going to say less. It's kind of almost like gray walling, which we'll talk more about in gray walling, because it took me a really, really long time to really understand the power of gray walling. But what's going to happen is going to happen. All right, so silent boundaries versus loud reactions. So we're creating silent boundaries, and here you're not going to be running and telling the very person that's doing something to you, okay, I'm going to create some boundaries, and I'm going to do this, and no, create your boundaries silently. That's fine. You know your boundaries. Okay, so you want to learn to also set internal boundaries when you can't control the external. So things around you are not going okay, but what boundaries, we just talked about that. What boundaries are you going to set inside to know that, okay, This is the line that you're not able to cross. Practice how to stay unbothered, okay? So we could do meditation. You could do journaling. For me, I like to journal. I'm into little bows and stuff like that. So I went on Canva and I did like a little cherry thing, and I made my own little journal, because if it's on paper, I'm not gonna use it. So I take my iPad every day and I just like journal. I just write into it. As long as it looks good and looks pretty, I'll write into it. So that's what I did. So you could try to meditate, journal, or breath work. You could go online, and I want you all to practice to sit in difficult situations. We are going to practice to sit in difficult situations, uncomfortable situations, because not everything that happens in life you're going to instantly be able to run away from. Some of us run away too much, and we constantly running and running and running. We're running away from ourselves. Because if you put the groundwork in to learn how to, let's say something is making you uncomfortable, right? If you have a job and you have a boss and you're not really, I'm not talking about abuse or certain kind of things. I'm just saying that certain things that you don't like, probably your attitude or whatever, you have to train yourself to control your emotions and what you're going to do in this moment while you still have to work around this person. It could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your kids. You have to see them every day. You have to learn to sit in difficult situations. So, and practice. It takes practice every single day. I'm still practicing because I'm telling you, y'all have no idea. But so, like I said, meditation, journaling, and breath work. So you could also practice positive affirmations. Like when I tell you that this is literally serious for me, I'm not kidding. Look, this is my own little mug that I got. I wake up in the morning, I fill this up, and I read all these out to myself. If I can do it, I deserve to feel good. I am joy. I am worthy. I will learn from my mistakes. I am an amazing mom. So it has a bunch of stuff. So there's many things like that. Or you could choose to do like little, they have like little, almost like little sticky notes that you could put them on your mirror. You could do whatever it takes for you to pour into you and for you to tell yourself nice things. Treat yourself nice. All these things that you're telling your friends and you're telling your family member, your kids, how about you just take some time and tell yourself? Yeah. So I choose peace over proving myself. That's a big one. I say over explainers are not happy. Because you can't, what's the purpose of you over explaining? I promise you, the people that you're over explaining to, they don't give a, they don't. Okay? Next time something goes wrong that requires you to be your usual self, I want you to take a step back and observe your thoughts. What thoughts are you having? Welcome your thoughts that you're having, and realizing that your thoughts are there, but I also want you to not react impulsively. People that react impulsively, we're trying to glow up and level up. So we're not going to be out here acting like hood rats, okay? We're going to be responding with grace and class. Someone offend you, okay, it's because of you. You did what you wanted to do because of you. It has nothing to do with me, so hence it does not require me to step outside of my character. And that's what I want you all to remember. Okay, challenge of the week is going to be practice pausing before reacting. Besties, that's what I want you all to do. So the next time something happens, we're going to practice pausing before reacting so we can respond with grace and class. Because I promise you 100%, if you respond immediately to something bad that someone did to you, you are not going to respond with class. And that's not what I want. Okay, we are transforming, honey. We're training our minds. DM me and share moments that you choose peace. So over the next week, you could literally just DM me. I'll try to respond to all the DMs, and just DM me and tell me like a story time, one time that you had to choose peace. Yeah, just subscribe to my channel if y'all like this kind of content. I'll be posting 2 videos every week. So if this is your kind of content, if you're on a journey and serious about glowing up and changing who you are as a person to show up for yourself, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're commenting, and leave a review. Let me know what y'all think about this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.